Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, good morning to you. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another Me First Mornings. I am your host, Patricia Rivera Wolfson. I am a life strategist, an intuitive coach, and an energy practitioner. And I am here to welcome you to another beautiful day. It is indeed Friday, and we are anticipating the weekend. And I hope you have a lot of fun plans for the weekend. And even if you don't, I hope it is relaxing or exciting or joyful or filled with excitement if that's what you need this weekend. And in fact, that is why I'm kicking off the Fun Friday with the theme of joy and finding your joy and connecting with your joy. This week, we had a new moon in Cancer, and what it brought up for us was potentially a lot of feelings because crabs, right, Cancer sign and symbol, right, or have this hard shell, but this like soft little gooey inside. And sometimes we need to like get through that shell to get to the gooey goodness. But that shell is protective and it is important to keep that in place. And so this week maybe had you questioning, like, do I feel safe being myself? What can I do to create safety? And maybe you don't even realize that that was what you were sort of asking yourself, or that's what you were feeling. But that is the energy of the new moon that happened this week. And it's still lingering because it was just, I believe, on Wednesday, right? Was that the 25th? Today's 2 days ago. Um, so we are still in that energy. And that being said, when we start thinking about our safety or start thinking about being our authentic selves, it can be an uncomfortable conversation. Introspection can be uncomfortable, and that was our topic this week. So I'm going to let go of the discomfort for today and for the weekend, as is our intention on Fridays. We're going to lighten things up, and we're going to ask the Oracle and the Tarot cards, what can we do to create more joy or bring more joy into our lives? So that's what we're going to be doing today. My brain, it talks faster than my mouth can keep up. All right. I want to welcome you. Thank you for being here. If you're here, let me know where you're watching from. Where is my chat? Okay. They like restructured this thing. So I don't even know. I'm hoping you guys can see me. I'm hoping you can chat with me. I'm hoping you can say hi. And I'm hoping that you've already subscribed to my YouTube channel. All right. So let's begin our morning ish with lighting our candle. I got a new candle today. This is an abundance candle, unlimited mindset. And the little cover on it says, all abundance starts first with the mind. Well, isn't that true, right? If you feel you're abundant, that is the first step to allowing abundance into your life. Even though today's topic is joy, really, abundance is joyful. I want an abundance of joy. That's a good intention. Ooh, so I set my intention to feel an abundance of joy, an abundance of freedom, an abundance of connection. I like that one too. Okay, let's light this candle. Here we go. I hope you've lit your candle too. And we're going to take 3 deep breaths together. And for each breath, I want you to, when you're breathing in, I want you to imagine that you're calling in all of the love, light, and life force energy that the universe has to offer, and just bring it into your body and then hold for 5 seconds. As you're holding, I want you to just imagine that that life force energy just runs through your body, charging every cell and dissolving and dissipating any stuck or stagnant energy. And then when you exhale, I want you to just imagine yourself releasing all the things that don't serve you. We're going to do that together 3 times. Okay, let's begin. Number 1, here we go. Deep breath in and hold. This is a little high. I want you guys to see my necklace. Okay. ADHD. This is why I have to do the 3 breaths. All right. Go. Let's do that again. So 3 breaths, right? Because it takes at least 3 breaths to get me in my body and out of my head. That's why we do this together, right? At least 3 breaths to get you into your body. So we're doing this together. Let's try that again. Second breath. Here we go. Deep breath in and hold and release. Okay, and we're gonna do that one last time. Really make it count. The deeper you breathe in, the more you are increasing your capacity to receive this life force energy and allowing it to just electrify your body and your cells, dissolving and dissipating anything that doesn't work and just releasing it so that Mother Nature can go ahead and transmute that energy and give it to somebody who needs it. Give it to some part of our ecosystem that needs the trash that we are trying to get rid of from our bodies. Okay. I am sure that there is some bug or organism out there that needs all the stuff I need to get rid of because that's how it works. Okay. Last one. Oh, God. Bear with me, guys. It is Fun Friday, right? So we should be having fun today. Okay. Deep breath in and hold and release. Okay, now let's do a little stretching, right? And the stretching is doing the same, right? We're just trying to feel into our bodies, right? And we want to just really feel where you have the tension, feel where you might have pain, feel where you are tense, right? And just loosen it up. Do a little stretching. Just sort of wake up those parts that are feeling a little dormant, okay? So that we can really get with the day. Oh, yes. And then we shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, beautiful. Don't you feel better? I feel better already. All right. God. I make myself laugh. I hope you guys enjoy this too. All right. So now I'm going to call in for our spiritual support team to support us as we set the intention for the day. I hope that you do the same, however you feel comfortable doing that, whether it's sitting in silence or saying a prayer that is specific to your spiritual beliefs. Please go ahead and do that now. I will say mine. All right. Thank you. Divine Mother, Infinite Father, Creator, Ascended Masters, Archangels, Spirit Guides, Ancestors, and all beings of 100% pure white light, allow me to be a clear and open channel of your light and love without hesitation or ego. May the highest vibration of love and light connect with my higher self and release any and all things that no longer serve me. I ask that Saint Germain and his infinitely powerful violet flame burn away the things that no longer serve myself or humanity and hold us back from our divine existence. Thank you, thank you, thank you for helping me set an intention that is in alignment with my highest good for the highest and greatest good of all. Thank you for showing us all the signs and synchronicities through messages, music, nature, movies, and through the cards that I pull and the words that people say today and always. I appreciate you, I serve you, and I am grateful for any wisdom that you may have for me or the collective on this day. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So be it, and so it is. Woo! Okay. Okay, so now I want you to think about setting your intention for the day or reflecting on your GPS word if you have one. If you do not know what a GPS word is, then I recommend or suggest that you download my free transformational guide. The link is in the description, and it will tell you how to find your GPS word and sort of some of the tips and tricks and energy hacks that I share here on the show. And it's a good foundation if you're following me of the things that I do. Okay. Also, please go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel and ding that notification bell. It really helps spread the word to whoever you think could use this content. I would love to grow my channel and I would love your support in doing so. And remember that my calendar is open. If you are looking for a personal session, then go ahead into the link in the description and that will take you to my calendar and you can book yourself an appointment with me and we can do either a personal strategy session, a card reading session. I do couple sessions, whatever you need. I'm here for you. Just go ahead and pick the session that most connects with your needs and we'll do it. And I would love to support you. Okay, so let's do some card pulling for today. Let's talk about it, right? Let's see here. I'm going to start with my usual that I've been using, which is my Luna Soul Tarot. Okay. This is by Darren Schill and Medaglia, founders of Liminal 2. All right. They're really cool cards. I love them very much. They are diverse. They are, the characters, like the art is really cool. It's interesting to look at. Okay. And I love the energy that comes from these cards. Okay, let's see here. Bum, bum, bum. Nice. Okay. Turning off little doodads that are going ba-doop, ba-doop. Turn those off. All right. So here we go. Let me know if you're watching, or maybe you have a question about your own joy and what you want to ask the cards. I can pull a couple of cards for any of my viewers who are here that are present, so just let me know. In the meantime, I am going to pull cards for the collective joy. All right. Because this is a collective, it has to be a collective reading, obviously, because I'm not reading for one individual. But I really feel that, I cannot tell you how many stories that I have heard from people of all walks of life in different phases of their lives, people in all sorts of economic situations and all sorts of, different cultures, different everything. Okay. How much people are really being faced with real life struggles, really big decisions, real challenges, okay? And I believe that this is part of our collective evolution, right? Where we have to start cutting away all the bullshit and getting real about what we want, about taking responsibility for what we are creating in the world, taking responsibility for how we're showing up in the world. And I have a deep desire to infuse the world with more joy and hope. I do that by showing up here and just being my silly self and sharing my years of experience through managing a lot of stuff that has gone on in my life. And it's just always been something that I've been very passionate about, and I'm really happy to be here and share some of my thoughts and wisdom and experience with you, and also having fun together. Okay, here we go. So let's see. So the first question that I'm going to focus on for the collective is, what do we need to release to feel more joy? And that's a great question, right? Because I got to say that it definitely, as I said, a lot of people are really struggling. So you're watching this, you're probably struggling. And I want to say that I feel for you and I'm here for you. And I mean that honestly. And I am going to pull a couple of cards and see, what do you need to release in order to connect with your joy? Okay. What do you need to cut out of your life? What do you need to stop focusing on? Okay. So what do we need to release? Okay. To connect with more joy. Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay. Well, that one popped right out. Okay. Let's do one more. Okay. What do we need to release in order to feel more joy? Okay. All right. Okay. What do we need to release? 7 of Wands. What is this? Battling, right? The battle. And 7 of Wands is really like us. There's lots of interpretations for 7 of Wands. I mean, everybody interprets the cards like there's the actual meanings. Wands, I've said is like creativity and passion, right? And so this is like sort of holding back, setting boundaries, protecting your stuff, right? And I think that is true, that we need to release a little bit of that fear, of that protection, of that, like, the only word that comes up to me really is fear, right? Fear of other people being able to mess with our stuff, right? Now, boundaries are important. And I talk to you about setting boundaries all the time, and it really is important. But I think we need to release a little bit of that aggression, a little bit of that always feeling like we have to defend ourselves. Release the idea that you have to defend yourself, and just connect with the joy of who you are, connect more with the things that you're passionate about and the things that are important to you, right? Like she's on a cliff here. You see what she's doing? She's on a cliff fighting these things. She is not living in her purpose, right? She is fighting for her life here, fighting for her freedom, and maybe freedom from needing validation, freedom from, you know, other people's expectations, right? I really feel that that's a lot of what we're dealing with right now is that we need to release the need to have other people accept us and just connect with ourselves, and with that we will be able to radiate out who we are, and in that radiation you will attract or connect with other people who resonate with you. And that's what's important, right? Is resonate. So you don't spend your time fighting the things that you don't want, or trying to just like, I mean, I don't want to say stop protecting yourself, because that's not the case at all. This is more about like spending your time on fighting the things you don't want. Eliminate your time and focus on fighting the things you don't want, and instead put your time and energy into growing what you do want. And in fact, look at the other two cards that came up, which I feel are connected, which is the Three of Cups. And this came this week for the new moon. These exact same two cards came up. So it's a reminder, right? The Three of Cups is community, is teamwork, is working together. That's a very different energy from this, right? So instead of fighting what you don't want, get together with the people who you connect with, who you resonate with, build a community with those people, build a community that makes you feel good, that where you can feel like your self-expression is not being blocked or judged, right? And that is going to take you to that 10 of discs, right? The 10 of discs, which is the 10 of pentacles, which is that generational wealth, right? Generational abundance, generational happiness, right? It's about learning how to connect with your happiness, with your purpose, with your mission, and being able to, abundantly pass that along to your friends and family and to your circle of influence. I really like that. I really do. Okay, so let's ask another question, okay? And then I'm going to do some oracle cards too, but I like playing with the tarot because, as you guys know, I'm just getting used to it and I'm really enjoying it. Okay, so the next question we're going to ask is, where can I find unexpected happiness? Oh, I like that, unexpected happiness. Because sometimes we think like, this is what happiness looks like to me, right? And it's like, I want to be on a beach with a margarita, and I want, or maybe by a pool with a, daiquiri. I don't know. Why does it involve alcohol? I don't know. I'm not even a huge drinker anymore. But like the image, right? That image of ultimate relaxation at the beach with a drink in your hand and just chilling out with no pressure. I mean, that sounds beautiful. But what if in reality you can have unexpected joy from being a part of an organization that helps people, or being participating in something that doesn't sound very good on the outside, but then when you're doing it, it's like, oh my God, I had no idea that this was going to bring me such joy and connection. So that's what I usually mean when I ask about unexpected joy, or what it could mean. So let's find out, where can we find unexpected joy? Let's see. Okay, unexpected joy. Like, too many cards popped out. But you know what? I'm going to go with it. I'm going to go with it because that's life, okay? Unexpected joy. Look at this. Back to that card. We got this card this week too, Judgment, which is discernment, right? So by making hard choices, right, and setting boundaries, even though we were like, don't protect yourself, but you still have to set boundaries, right? This is not about not protecting yourself. This is about setting appropriate boundaries and discerning between the things that actually bring you joy, or the things that you've been told bring you joy and that you just feel like you have to do, right? This is really about discernment and your own self judgment, right? Removing the inner critic and connecting with your true soul's journey. What do you really want? What really makes you happy? Okay. And once again, here we are in that fighting spirit. Five of Swords is like that Seven of Wands. Five of Swords is like fighting people, right? And that may be the energy that you are feeling. And perhaps because I asked, where can you find unexpected happiness? Maybe you will find unexpected happiness in cutting people out of your life, or in setting certain boundaries, or fighting for what you believe in and standing up for yourself and advocating for what you need, right? Look at him. He's triumphant. I mean, it kind of sucks, right? There's been a battle, and I'm not one to advocate for violence or violent solutions, shall we say. But sometimes, what can seem like aggressive action is just you standing up for yourself, is just you advocating for yourself, advocating for your life and for your dreams. And that may be something that brings you unexpected joy. You standing up for yourself and saying, no more, this is what I want and this is what I'm going to do. And saying that to people who maybe previously you were looking for their validation, or you were looking for their support, or you've been looking for their help, their guidance. And now you've realized, I don't need anybody's help or guidance. I mean, we want to work together, but in terms of, you don't need anyone's permission, you don't need anyone else's validation of what you feel so sure of. And sometimes doing exactly what you need for yourself and standing up for yourself is exactly the thing that's going to bring you joy, because you're going to be like, you know what? No, I want to do this. This is what I want to do. And I don't care what you say. I don't care what your opinions are on it. I don't care if your experience is different. I'm a different person, and I deserve to try this way too. Okay. Now, three more cards that popped out for where you can find unexpected happiness. And look at this, the Nine of Discs, right? Nine of Discs, Nine of Pentacles. That is happiness. And that is you. Look at that. She is nurturing the things that mean something to her, right? Nurturing her beautiful flowers. Nine of Pentacles, or in this case, the Nine of Discs, is really, enjoying your garden and nourishing your garden and really spending time with the things that bring you joy, right? And that is not necessarily unexpected, but sometimes we don't allow ourselves to spend time with the things that bring us joy because we're too caught up in trying to do what we're supposed to do and got to take care of this and got to take care of that, that we miss actually enjoying what we've worked so hard for. Like, what good is a beautiful home if you are never home to enjoy it? What good is having some place to go if when you're there you're always worried about getting work done or not having enough or whatever it is that you concern yourself with? So this is a little reminder to really allow yourself to smell the roses, right? To appreciate the things that you do have in your life, to give gratitude for what you have already worked so hard for. And here are the other two cards that I think are amazing. Unexpected joy. Now this card, which is the Wheel of Fortune, literally is the Wheel of Fortune that just spins. So unexpected joy is something that will just kind of fall into your lap, or it may be your turn, or a surprise that shows up, or a turn of events, right? And look, we have the Judgment card. So there's some discernment here. And then there is the universe sort of connecting with the resonance of what you desire, of what you've decided you want to connect with, right? And then the Wheel of Fortune can go around and turn and be like, oh, now this is resonating with this, right? What I have decided is important to me, that I'm going to focus my time and energy on. Then the Wheel of Fortune can kind of turn in that direction and connect these two energies, okay? And the final card, the Four of Wands, that's ultimate happiness, right? Four being the foundation, Wands being creativity and passion. And this card itself, look, it's celebration. It is commitment. It is, it can be a marriage card. It can be a lifelong commitment card. It can be you connecting with your truest, most authentic self, right? Because it is about a celebration and it is about commitment. So this is your unexpected joy can also come from dedicating yourself and committing yourself to the things that bring you joy, to celebrating and being grateful for the things that already exist in your life, magnifying those things and allowing those things to feel loved and accepted, right? Like when we're grateful for things, saying, oh my God, I love how I'm able to spend time with my friends. I love how I have Fridays off. I love how whatever it is, right? And that commitment to cultivating the life that you want is going to bring you that joy. Man, I love that. I love it. Okay. The last question, how can I bring more playfulness into my life? Um, I like that too. How can you bring more playfulness into your life? I don't know. And then we'll pull some oracle cards just to get a little clarification, because that's fun and I like to pull oracle cards. So let's see. Ooh, 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 ooh. All right, playfulness. You can hum, you can sing, you can be silly like me. Start your own YouTube channel. Let's go. Here we go. I feel, how can we connect with more playfulness? I don't know. Oops. Bent a card. That's annoying. Okay. Okay. Playfulness, playfulness, playfulness. I'm not being playful. No, thanks. All right. Let's go. What do you want to tell us about playfulness? It's a lot of cards. I'm going to go with it. Okay. I'm going to go with it because I like these cards that popped out, and I think that they tell a little story, okay? Because the cards that popped out, we started with the Five of Cups, right? Now, the Five of Cups, what is this? How can you bring in more playfulness? Well, look at what she's doing here, okay? She's dreaming about the cups that she lost, right? The 3 cups that spilled and everything that she's lost, and she's really focused on this. But look at here. She's got 2 cups that are full here, but she has her back to them, so she's not even realizing that they're there. So one of the ways is we can kind of stop focusing on what you've lost, right? Like this is not helpful. This is not helping you focus on playfulness or abundance or anything. This is just focusing on what has happened. Now we all need to process that pain, right? And so maybe you need to take some time or take, a day or 2 where you can really feel your feelings, right? If you haven't seen this week's episodes, then please start watching them because they are talking about healing your emotional wounds, and it is step by step, and I'm going to continue next week, right? And so you do need to take time to acknowledge your feelings and validate your emotions, and then go and have some introspection about why these things are happening, right? And look, she's really focused, but then it should be a productive focus, right? But productive in the sense of like with the purpose of processing, allowing these emotions to come up, allowing yourself to really feel them, and then releasing them so that then you can focus on the cups you do have. Like once you've processed that emotion, once you've processed the loss, then you can turn around and go, you know what? I still have 2 cups. And look at this. The 2 of Cups, right? It's like once she realizes she lost this, but she didn't even see that those 2 cups are actually all you need, that they are cups that are resonant with each other, that give and receive with each other. It's this beautiful balance, okay? The 2 of Cups card is the love card. So if you're looking for love, that's a good sign. But if you're not looking for love specifically, this is about union. It's about balance. It's also about you connecting with your highest self, because that's true union, right? Or connecting with your spirit. And that's co-creation, where you give and receive. And it is an equal, balanced relationship. Okay. Now, here we go. Another cup, a lot of emotions. Okay. And again, this week was the new moon in Cancer. And so we dealt with a lot of emotions. And each one of these cups or like these cards of cups represent different aspects of healing and sort of different levels of that emotional process. Right. And here we go. This is the 4 of Cups. Once again, just like the 5 of Cups. There's a loss here. Now here she's focusing on those 3 cups. And here she kind of seems resigned that there's cups here, but they're not the cups she wants. It's not something that she's connecting to, and she feels disconnected from these cups, maybe these emotions, maybe from things happening, right? Maybe she's just not Well, in this card, right? Like just not connecting to the things that you have. But look at this. Here's a beautiful gift that is coming, right? And once again, this is about shifting your focus and understanding that even though you feel like you've lost everything or that you're not connecting with the things that you currently have, there is always miracles and magic on the way. And you need to trust that, right? Trust that it's coming. Okay, and these two cards, I mean, that they came up, right? And the question that we asked is, how can I bring more playfulness into my life? This is the 10 of Swords. Okay, this is rock bottom. And what this speaks to me in this particular context, it's like you have to just stop trying to make things happen that aren't meant to happen. Stop trying. Like allow your life to be what it is. Accept your circumstances as they are. Allow yourself to feel the devastation, the pain, like all the things that have happened to you, all the things that have brought you to this point. You need to accept it, you need to feel it, you need to understand that it has been a part of your journey, right? And embrace this 10 of Swords. Why? Because it's the end of a cycle. A 10 is the end. It's like all that heartbreak, all of that heaviness and weight, it is ending. We are at the end of that cycle. So allow it to be. Don't hang on to those swords and keep them in your body. Start removing them. And now look at this. This is like, okay, start removing them. And look at this. The 8 of Wands. Now, those aren't swords, but the idea is the same, right? Like you're just like, stop focusing on everything that you've lost. Like I said, you need to give yourself time to process. Okay. She's still processing. But then after you've processed, it's time to just release it, let it go, and then just go. Just start. And look at this. What I love about the 8 of Wands and what it makes me think of is like you're just grabbing, these are all like ideas, creativity, passion. And it's like, I'm just going to grab the bow and arrow and I'm just going to like start shooting things, right? It's like, I'm just going to try things. I'm just going to have fun with it. I'm just going to make it a game. That's connecting with the playfulness that the universe has to offer you, right? Where you're like, you know what? This seems interesting to me. Let's just go. Let's just do it. Why not? Let's just give it a try. And that is the energy of the 8 of Wands. I feel it's like this go energy. It's just like, do it. Just like, don't even waste time thinking about it. Don't sit in it. Just go. And so I feel that that is a good piece of advice for this weekend. I hope that you say yes to anything that fills you with joy. I want you to say yes to anything that feels ridiculous, maybe, but that you still feel like a little calling to do. So anything that anyone asks you that maybe makes you hesitate, that maybe you have some resistance to because you're afraid, or because it's out of your comfort zone, or because it's something you've never done before. If there's even a tiny bit of interest or curiosity in it, go for it. Do it. That is how you're going to be able to play with the universe. It's like, hey, why not? That's a great idea. Let me try. Or I don't know if that's a good idea, but it sounds interesting. Let me try it. So go out and try things this weekend. Connect with people. Build your community. Build your sense of curiosity and adventure, right? Like it's in your hands. If you lead your life every day in a way that you wake up and you're miserable and you spend the whole day just trying to survive, and then you go to bed and you're miserable and you start the next day and it's like Groundhog Day every day, again and again and again, well, then it's this terrible loop that you can't get out of, right? And then you're like stuck and overwhelmed and stressed out. And that's what we want to stop. That's what we want to prevent. That's what we want to shift you away from. It's the pattern we want to interrupt. And you do that by being playful, by being curious, by saying yes to things you might say no to, not because you don't want to do it, but because maybe you're scared, maybe because it's, like I said, a little outside of your comfort zone. Do something drastically different than you would normally do and just shake things up for yourself and see what happens. All right, let's pull. If you are watching and you have a question that you want to ask, I'm going to wrap up soon, but now is a good time to ask, and I will pull an oracle card for you and give you an answer. In the meantime, let's see what the oracle cards have to say about the how to create joy and happiness for the weekend. Okay, this is not I'm not taking these. I'm taking the one that jumped up. Okay, let's go. Boom, 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 boom. Okay, one flipped up, and I'll do that one and the other one. Where'd it go? Of course. All right. Oh my God. So the card that jumped up was like, happy, happy. We got this card this week too. Like, this is so crazy. I guess that's the message this week. And here's the other card, loyal heart. Okay. Loyal heart. I love that. So, oops, 5. 3 and 5 is 8. Okay, so 8 is the number of abundance, and I will read what loyal heart says. And this is happy, happy. 6, 7, 8. Again, card of abundance. Okay, both of these cards are 8s, right? This one's 26, and this one is 35. But they both, numerologically speaking, are number 8, and 8 is the number of abundance and happiness and fulfillment. Okay, so let us see what the oracle specifically has to say about these cards. Okay. Let's see, we'll start with 26 because that's first. Okay, here we go. Happy, happy, joy and contentment, a sense of fulfillment, a feeling that all is well. And that's what we're aiming for, right? That's what we want to create this weekend. Well, not just this weekend, but okay. Your desires are effortlessly fulfilled now. Find joy in the present moment, whatever is happening, and be satisfied with things as they are. You're free from the shackles of longing, able to experience the liberation that comes from actually being happy moment to moment, for you have chosen happiness over yearning for it. Now is the time for feeling joy for the sake of joy and experiencing contentment. None of this is because of something outside of yourself. Your happiness is a result of your being at one with Spirit's plan for your life. All is well. The tide is in for now. Enjoy playfully splashing in it. I love that card, okay? And it really does just go ahead and confirm everything that I talk about on the show over and over again, which is number one, sort of practicing being present in your life, practicing bringing the energy that you want into your life, practicing being the energy that you are trying to create in your life, and really being grateful for everything that you have as it is, right? And really trying to focus on the goodness in your life, the fulfillment in your life, embracing whatever stage you are at, even if you are going through a challenge right now, and understand that it is the training ground for your future self. It is what you need to do at this moment to transform into the person that you've been trying to become. And it is possible, and it's right there. And all you got to do is keep practicing and remember, bring the happiness. Okay. And now let's read Loyal Heart. I love this. And once again, Loyal Heart is a love card. So, anybody looking for love, I would say that this weekend is a loving weekend. Okay. Really, this is about devotion. Okay. Here we go. Essential meanings: fidelity, loyalty, devotion. Evidence of loyalty will appear in your life. Others will prove they are faithful to you, and you will in turn commit fully to them. There is a sure and abiding certainty in your heart. Know that Spirit is always loyal to you. No matter the outer circumstances in your life, trust and have faith, for you are eternally loved, always divinely protected, and divinely directed. I really love that. And what a beautiful message to end on for the weekend. I hope that was helpful. I'm going to remind you once again to please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. And don't forget to ring that notification bell so that you know when I'm coming on live again. I am usually here in the mornings, Monday through Friday, doing a Me First Morning ritual, helping you, giving you some tips and just being my silly self. So I hope that you join me next week. And I really, truly wish you a wonderful weekend. Many blessings to you and your loved ones. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Go out there and shine your light. I love you. Bye.